Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to bring you the highest messages from Spirit today to assist you in your connection. Today's reading is checking in on the Divine Masculine, his head space, his heart space, sorry I'm missing a nail decal there, and the action space right here. So thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed, and for those of you who have booked a reading, if you'd like to zero in on your particular connection, just shoot me an email in the description box below. So we have a wonderful spread for you guys, and in the headspace, we have the Seven of Wands in reverse, the Six of Cups, and the Hermit. So you can see that the Divine Masculine is still really in this meditative energy here. And this is related to a memory, and we know this because of the Six of Cups. So the Divine Masculine right now is thinking in some way of a memory related to a nostalgia. This could be in your connection or in his childhood. And I think that he's buried some truths about himself and your connection in the past in hopes that it would just go away and he would forget about you. But that didn't work. And since then, it has really caused him to doubt himself and lose his way. And we know that because this card in the upright position is really all about autonomy and self-discovery and being able to do it all on your own, which to a certain degree is an illusion anyway, but less about that and more about this. So, you know, in addition to causing a bunch of stress and friction between you, it's really an indicator that whenever we have conflict or negativity in our connection, we're not on our divine path. So for some of us, this could mean that the Divine Masculine is basically doing what he should be doing. He's doing what he loves. He's, doing the divine mission, but he's not doing it from a place of service. He's doing it from a place of ego. He's doing it in the hopes of being seen or heard, in the hopes of being recognized, and that's really not the whole point of this. So, you can see all the colorful roots here under this card of the Six of Cups are really an indication that his true personality has been buried underneath the surface, maybe even buried underneath this place where he's shoved your connection in the hopes that it would just not affect him on a daily basis anymore. And subsequently, his world has become very, very black and white and very, very rigid. And he's really trying to get back to that point where he feels more like himself. And I'm sensing that, because we pulled a few of these cards down here, and where is it? Here it is this one. I don't know if I can meet your expectations. I think this is something that has plagued this connection from the very, very beginning. I'm sensing that it's really the Divine Masculine who believes that he can't measure up to the high expectations he's set for himself, and he's burning himself out. But because this card is bordered by two twin flames here, the metaphorical or symbolic meaning is not lost on me. So, as within, so without is really the lesson of the headspace and the lesson he's trying to grasp here. Now, I drew a card to clarify just a little bit about what he's searching for. And I think your Divine Masculine is also trying to get clarity on how all of this is going to come together. Now that he knows that he wants this connection and he can't run from it, he's trying to envision things like, how can I keep my autonomy if we're living together? Maybe even fearing the compromises he's going to have to make in the process. And this is something I'd like to touch on that blocks twin flame union, is the idea that it's just not going to be perfect when you get together. I mean, our understanding of relationships are in such a 3D capacity that we really don't believe that this person we've met in the beginning, who is just our equal and the thing that we wanted in every single way is actually real, but it is. And I know that there are a lot of limitations in these connections. We are knocking down things that otherwise would have been deal breakers. Maybe they're of a different religion, maybe they're of the same sex, things that previously maybe society wouldn't have looked very favorably upon, but that is one of the things about these connections, why we've come together at this time, to smash these misconceptions and stigmas down, to show people that it's really about the energy of love between the two people and what they're doing as a team or individually that can change the world, that matters a lot more than what we look like, you know, or how things should or do fit together. So I don't think I can meet your expectations. Yes. These are expectations that the masculine typically ascribes to himself. You know, he knows that he's a different type of masculine, and you can see that with the hermit here. This person might not want to be the breadwinner all the time, or the family man, or maybe he'll want to travel more, and he's worried about the implications of that on the relationship. But if he can just shake himself loose from this ingrained kind of thinking to just let the connection unfold as it will, that you ultimately have chosen him, have accepted him in every single way before you even met, then we'll be able to use this connection as a mirror. So whenever we get stuck, we'll just look to our counterpart and see what they're doing and build and grow off of that. So our person is really using that meditative aspect of the nines right now to find wisdom in stillness and become more self-aware. This is very beautiful energy here. We have so much like rainbow energy. It's really speaking volumes of the ability to utilize all of the aspects of the entire spectrum. Things are coming together in a very harmonious way. It's a very beautiful time. Now, in the heart space, we have more 6 energy, and there's a lot of union energy coming in about building a solid foundation together. You can see that here with the 2 of Cups. So if you're in a karmic relationship, I think your person is really waiting for you to leave that karmic person, or if they're the one in that relationship, they're going to be leaving this person very, very soon. You can see the 2 roses are really what they want. They don't want this. Again, that really mirrors this like black and white world the divine masculine has really created for himself. He doesn't want that black and white world. He wants the roots. And the roots are messy and they're entangled and entrenched, and it's, it doesn't look as perfect as, oh my goodness, they're sticking together. It doesn't look as perfect as it appears on the surface, but those are the best parts of us sometimes. And that is where the potential is for the most growth as well. So, yes. Your divine masculine might want to spend more money on you, as you have the 6 of Pentacles here. Or at the very least, they're trying to grow their career in a different direction so that maybe with the World card as a sign of completion, they're trying to move their business or shift their business in a direction that's more supportive of this connection. Maybe even more supportive. Maybe somewhere the divine masculine knows in his heart space that the thing he's searching for is really that alignment with you and with that divine purpose. So maybe he will realize soon that it is this connection he can rely on to get out of that place of ego. It's very easy to slip back inside of ourselves and do things from a selfish place. Either way, there's something that's been holding you back from union that's going to close very, very soon. And we see that here with the World card. The World card is the last card of the major arcana, the number 22. I mean, the sign of ultimate partnership when you kind of break it down there. Even as it relates to the 4, a number of processing. So it's going to circle back around, and you see we have the Fool in reverse and in the action space. We really have like the alpha and omega of energies in this spread, which is just gorgeous. So it's going to come full circle and it's going to harmonize. But first, you and your person have to contemplate for a moment what it means to be whole without each other before you can be whole with each other. That is really the energy of the World card in relation to this reading right now. So if you've wounded each other, I think, friendship might be, this is often a symbol of, a new kind of partnership or a new direction you can take your relationship. And friendship here is going to be that first building block where you're getting to know each other again. Because I sense for some of you, this headspace reasoning the masculine is in is because he realized that he turned away from himself. He made a sharp left turn from who he presented himself in the beginning to who he is now. And it's very confusing for the feminine. The feminine is, in addition to saying, oh my God, is this person my twin flame? Is this really real? Is this connection even a thing? Am I going crazy? It's now even more polarized because the masculine presented himself as one way in the beginning, and then he did a 360 and became this crueler, harsher, maybe even more workaholic version of himself. And all of the toxic shadow qualities were amplified because he was just trying to run away from it. So, and it's taken the masculine a lot longer than the feminine to reconcile with those things. So friendship. If you're interested in connecting with this person at this time, I just pulled the 6 of Wands as well, more 6 energy. So there's a transformational quality coming into your relationship going on right now. So if you do feel like this is an appropriate time for you to reach out to that person, the divine is supporting that. You'll have victory and success in this endeavor. Now, the feminine can really assist the masculine with moving forward by meditating, and I think that's also the second meaning there with that throat chakra blue color, that transformational energy of the butterfly. And I want to emphasize that meditation is not the practice of clearing thoughts so that you have none at all. It's really about listening to your thoughts and thinking about them before letting them go. So if you're new to this, I would go find a quiet part in nature, sit with yourself, and just see what comes up. You can close your eyes if that helps. Now, if something comes up and it's just kind of niggling at you, that's something you want to lean into. And eventually you go down this little bunny trail where you're hashing things over your head, and most likely it leads to this solution where thereby you can really change the scope of your life. And then it goes away. So, a lot of times that's where this eureka moment comes in, and we say to ourselves, oh my God, I have a hard time letting go of grudges because I never really let go of that grudge I had with my dad. Or I really don't think that I like this person in my life because they remind me of somebody that bullied me in school when I was in high school. Realizations like that. Again, transformation by way of completing and changing one's karma. And we're not just talking about negative karma, just the karma that happens when you go through life and you have the reactions that you do and you take the actions that you take. Okay, so moving on here. I'm going to pull these away for a hot second. We have our action space. Now in the action space, we have the Fool in reverse, as well as the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. Such amazing energy for the action space. Now, the Fool in reverse suggests that the masculine is all too aware that you can't take this connection lightly. There's almost this belief that if he had been more careful from the beginning or done something differently, it wouldn't have ended up where it would have right now. But Spirit is really saying that that's not true. All will be ready when Spirit is ready for you to be ready. So in a way, that's really liberating because you don't have to be the one flying the plane. You don't have to be in control all the time. You don't have to rush. Spirit is really here holding you. So if you ever feel anxious about your connection, just remember that. And remember that, all paths are leading to the same place. There's really nothing that you can do or not do that isn't going to end up in union to some degree. The 10 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles is waiting for you at the end of this journey. Or in the middle of this journey sometimes. A favorable outcome is on the horizon. So what we have to do right now is radiate this energy and magnetize those around us, because that's going to be the energy that brings in that union and awakens others' heart chakra and help them live from that place of love. And they're not going to be able to do it unless we do this first. So, you might be finding some newfound stability in your life here with the Nine of Pentacles. You might be getting a promotion or a job opportunity coming in. So we can utilize those little stepping stones to raise our vibration. And enjoy the finer things in life. So this is a time where we're okay to kind of fall back into that Venus-Taurus energy and indulge a little bit. Now, going back towards the meditation, because we have the feathers here, the goal I'm hearing is to live your life as if every moment were a prayer. So when you do become more practiced at self-awareness, you can infuse gratitude in every moment. And gratitude should be the principle by which all of these things really come together. This sense that whatever you do should be because of and in service to the divine. So are they going to reach out to you? It looks like they might. I drew the Two of Wands for this card just to clarify a little bit. And it looks like they might come forward of their own accord because there's determination and acceptance in this card. So as long as they're, talking to themselves and treating themselves well and nourishing themselves, then they're going to have this ability to come forward to do the same for you. I'm not going to lie, there's some heartbreak here. Recently, let's see, we have... I drew some cards here from the Twin Flame messages, and we have I Still Love You. These are really flickery. We will be together again. There's that I don't know if I can meet your expectations, and my heart and mind always come back to you. So, your person is really missing you at this time. They don't want to let you down again, but they realize that no matter how much they try to escape this connection, their mind and heart always comes back to you. It's inevitable. So, they want to really figure out how to present their best selves. And they know that they just can't do that on a surface level. There needs to be meat behind it. This is a person that feels like they need to have all their ducks in a row it needs to be perfect, basically, before they come back to you. So, again, the 9s and the 10s, they've got to get rid of blocks to love, blocks to abundance, and blocks to spiritual growth before they do that. And that meditative practice, when you go within, so does your partner. When you change things about yourself, so does your partner. And sometimes it's almost instantly. So if you want to know more about how you can do that or come into union faster, I'll be doing a video on that in the future where you can actually see me. But that's all I have time for you today. So let me know in the comments below if it resonated with you. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on Monday for the next Twin Flame reading. Have a good weekend.